That's my impression of Phil Collins in the air tonight. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. If you're Latino, Copa America started. If you're European, you know that Euro started. So, there's a lot of sports going on, NBA playoffs, baseball, NHL, everything. So today was jam-packed. There was a lot going on. But we're not here to talk about sports. We are here to talk about comics. You guys know what it is. New comic book day, comic news, and spec. Place to be on a Sunday night. Tonight I got a special guest. I hope everybody can make him feel welcomed. It is a first appearance. I can see him in the backstage area just kind of giving these dirty looks. But let's bring him out. Let's bring out the guest. I'm really pumped to bring out this guest. But it is the first appearance of Sleeveless Hyper. What's going on, man?
I hate you. I was like, what the hell is this special guest and first appearance that you...
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm all right. When that was your Phil Collins impersonation?
Like just like that.
All right, I'm out.
Oh, come on. Come on. Tell the people what's up. It's humid here in the East Coast. It's humid here in Canada. Where Hyper is, it's feeling like what, 34 you said?
It's like 30-something degrees, yeah.
Even here, like it's been, it's been a sticky week. It's been feeling like 39, 40 degrees Celsius. So you guys do the conversion. I know there's a lot of US guys in here. So yeah, I'm not familiar with like the temperature stuff, but yeah. It's pretty hot out here, so yeah, I don't blame.
It's probably like 90, 95-ish Fahrenheit, probably, I would say.
Yeah, we're the 2 months that we actually have good weather. The weather is, but you guys won't hear me complain about it. But so it feels like it feels like forever that we didn't talk. We haven't been on, so I'm always pumped to do the Sunday shows because it's the anticipation. But yeah, man, what's been new? What's been happening with in the last 5 days that we have not spoken? Well, we've spoken, but like we haven't talked with the chat or anything like that.
Yeah, man, the usual, just collecting and we made a couple of appearances on a few shows. I was on the low grades for the first time on Friday, so that was pretty fun. And me and FaceTime were actually in the chat all the way till the end for Spine. I didn't show up from the beginning, but their show last night went on till 5:30 a.m. At that point, I was already in bed, but I just had it on my phone. And it's like it's kind of weird when the show's out, but now the birds are chirping and the sun's coming out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It
was a fun time though. It was a fun time.
Shout out to the Spine Ticks crew. It's a lot of fun, man. If you got enough coffee on you, you could probably do the 6 to 7 hours, but nevertheless, it's always a good show. Sith Lordy, 6 hours plus, 2 hours shy of the previous week. So who knows? If there's anybody that could do like a 24 or a 48-hour show, I believe it is Spine Ticks crew. I really do.
Well, Newbie, I don't know if you saw in the chat, Dan, our friend Dan De La Torre, mentioned how he's, I think, penciled in to come on the Spine Ticks in 2 weeks. So.
And that's an important date. It's a very important date. June 26th. Why? Well, it is.
Oh, sorry. Why?
It is yours truly's birthday. So yes. Oh my God, that's great. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So that's what's going on in 2 weeks' time. So yeah, but yeah, nice. Dan's gonna be on Spine Takes Crew. So it's gonna be a fun show.
Hooray for Newbie's birthday.
Dan's got a lot of knowledge. Dan loves talking comics, so that I know that's going to be a great show. So, yeah. Before we get started with the show, let's say hi to everybody in the chat. So, Hyper, if you can, do your thing.
So, actually, speaking of which, we got Dan De La Torre first in the chat. Welcome, sir.
Gold medal.
Speaking of Spine Ticks, Azores, silver medal. And our friend and our presser, Jason Bleeker, Street Comics. What's up? Comic Dude. Tim Sinkovitz, the guy that loves his dynamite picks of the week.
I think I got a good one for you, Tim. I really do. I think I have a good one.
He's been a bit sour on your picks as of late, so you kind of have to step it up.
This week I'm changing the narrative rather, and I think he's gonna like it.
All right, Dave Mason, what's up, sir? Chef R.D. Harris, I just saw him on the other chat with East Meets West. What's up? Empire Comics, another follower. And the guy that seems to get no sleep, Sith Lordly.
I
For
know.
Spine Ticks.
That's crazy, man.
Just Cruz.
Just Cruz and we're gonna be meeting up. He is, I would say, I don't want to say locally because he lives in GTA, but yeah, we're gonna be meeting up and going to hunt because he's been telling me about this warehouse in Brampton that I never knew about. So
nice.
Really, gonna have to go there and check that comic book warehouse out because it's been a while. So yeah.
BB Hardcore Spoiler Movie Reviews. What's up? Hopefully you don't have. Actually, we will be probably talking Loki, right? Probably tonight.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Okay, cool.
Great. Thanks, Hardy.
Well, I mean, it was in the name. Gregory Smith, what's up? Yes, I don't know about the guns, but Marvel Comics. Bricks the Iron Greek, my local dude.
Jose.
Jose. Okay, I'm gonna have a hard time with that last name. Jose. I'm just gonna call you Jose. Miguel Grasa.
Oh no. Hold on. Boom.
Shop for Comics. What's up? Comic Aussie. Nowhere Bound. I actually just recently added him on IG. I didn't even realize he had an IG until recently. So welcome, man.
Yeah. And if anybody's else out there, you just have us on the, in the background, rewind, whatever the case may be. Welcome. If you watch it, on the rewind, I think I just said that, welcome, whatever. You know what to do. Hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down, do whatever you got to do. But hopefully you're enjoying your Sunday. We're going to get you ready for this Wednesday, new comic book day. And just as I say that, another fellow Canadian Wednesday night reviews. What is going on, brother? Tim, just to clarify, there's a comic warehouse in Brampton, and I just found out, man. So I'm going to be checking it out. Tim, I'm also going to message you because I'm going to be trying to make my way up to Kitchener and all that stuff in the next week or so. So, usually I'll always let the Canadians who are kind of locally or anything like that know that, not like I'm the Queen of England or anything, but like, when I do go up there, I do like to let people know that, hey, yo, I'm here, like if show me the shops or, show me the hidden gems kind of thing. So I'll be making a trip down to probably Barrie, Brantford, things like that. I don't want to go to London just yet. It's like a 2.5 hour drive. So I kind of want to make sure that, I have like key issues with me or Bleecker or Reno, someone, right? It's a long drive. So, Spotify can only take you so far. But yeah, Kamikaze just drove through Brampton today.
Damn, we got a lot of Canadians in the house. I got a shout out Paul in the 619, same area code as, according to Newbie, Spider-Man's arch nemesis Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio. Yeah, so we're gonna definitely be talking. You guys know Canadians. Just let me know, especially now that here in Ontario we are open. So I'm gonna be making a few trips. I'm trying to just kind of get everything together with work and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be making my way around. So hopefully, I see a few people, I meet a few people after this long lockdown. So speaking of friends, I got a few friends that I got to talk about. Well, I don't have to. I mean, I want to. But we got Big B Comics, guys. These guys take care of books. They deliver. Hyper, you've bought from them. There's a few people that have bought from them in the past, in the last couple of weeks, last couple of months. Big shout outs to everybody who uses them. 3 stores, one in Niagara, one in Hamilton, one in Barrie. You guys already know. Make sure you guys go check out their Facebook, Instagram, and their eBay for anything you think you missed. Sometimes you think you missed and they got it. So just make sure, you check all the sources. Next up is Jason, a.k.a. Mr. Bleecker Street Comics. $10 a press, $5 a clean. If you're in Southern Ontario, why not use them? The guy takes care of the books well. He goes very well with everything, thorough. He communication, everything. So if you want to make sure your books get pressed and cleaned properly, make sure you guys go to Bleecker Street Comics. Check out the website and use code word Newbie Comics #1 and get 10% off. And next up, we got Shape State Creative. Ask for my man Derek. There's the address. If you need a logo, intro, whatever the case may be, you want to start your own, stickers, YouTube, whatever the case may be. Just shout them out. Let them know that Newbie sent you. And finally, Mutant Beaver Comics here in Canada. Pressable Defects uses them. They ship everywhere. They ship, US and everything like that. I sometimes get questions from a lot of the Americans saying, hey, do they ship? They ship to Canada, or they ship to the US, so you got no issues. Use code word Newbie10, get 10% off. Yeah, that's how we're doing it. Shout outs to Bleecker, by the way. For those of you that don't know, I always talk about flea markets. Ontario opened on Friday, so he was actually able to open up at the flea market because he's got a little store or section that he rents from. So he was able to open it up. So big shout outs to him as well. If you're in the area, make sure you go check it out. And if not, the website. So, all right. Let's get started with New Comic Book Day because we got a lot to talk about with the show, this, just everything that's happened. A few books that are spiking, and then we'll get ready for Tuesday. If you're new to the show, New Comic Book Day, comic news, and then we finish off with Newbie Spec of the Week. This week, I was actually pretty pumped with the spec because I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to give the people 5 books, and 2 of them somebody had already talked about, so I'll still be talking about them, but the credit's going to go to them. So it's going to be like Newbie Comic and Spec of the Week, I guess, because 2 of them have already been spoken about and claim whatever. I'm just going to give the props and all that to the person because I don't want any backlash, not from this person, but just in general, people saying stuff. So that's where we're going to be. Newbie saved me 10% on some pressing. Hey. All right, so let's get started. New Comic Book Day. Hype. I always ask before we start. What do you think? Do you think it's a heavy week, light week? I personally think it's a very light week.
There's actually a few titles where I can see one title where people might be buying multiple variants or copies of. So it's and this, I would say it's like a so-so week, at least for me. But I could see it being heavy for some people.
Yeah. We'll see. Here, really quickly before we start, just quick, what do you guys think about the Court of Owl's first appearance? Dope villain, sweet cover, and affordable key right now.
I read this. That's actually one of my favorite Batman runs, the Scott Snyder New 52 run, and I mean, there's always been.
Isn't there 3 books for that you want though for the Court of Owls? Isn't there 3?
That's always seems to be disputed. I mean, I have all of them, so I kind of blank out from those discussions. But it's like 5, 6, or 2. It's like one of those issues.
And in some places, there's still cover price for some of them because I've seen some of them back issue bins. Like not all 3, but you will find one here and there. So
it's I mean. I do feel that it has taken a bit of a dip because I think when the first news of the Robert Pattinson Batman movie and the trailer came out, I think those were the group of villains that were spec'd on heavily, and then those issues shot up. Now that you don't really hear people talking about it so much, the prices have kind of cooled down. So I personally would love to see the Court of Owls in some form in the big screen. We've already seen them in the animated version, but I would love to see a live action version because I think they would actually be a pretty menacing force if done right. So, I'm all for it. And I think eventually DC would go down that route if they continue with the Robert Pattinson trilogy.
Yeah, it's not a bad pickup. So
yeah.
Are you specking on Black Knight? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. All right, let's kick it off. New Comic Book Day. I was going to say New Comic Book Day of the Week, but that's not right. All right, let's talk about this one really quickly. We got Compass. It's a #1 short story. I got nothing. I'm passing on this one. I'm not really buying it. It's not my thing.
Yeah, I got no direction on where I'm going with this. Get it? No direction. Compass. Yeah. Yeah, I'm off to a shitty start. Okay, so I'm probably passing. Oh, great! Just what we need, another troll in the chat.
No, he's not trolling. He's not trolling. All right, we got Geiger #1, 4th print. Geiger #2, 2nd print. basically the same as number 1, just colored red, obviously. And
Yeah.
we're kind of in the same way, right? Like when they do make a new printing, we kind of hate the fact that they like when they just do a different color, like at least
Yeah.
new art. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of these recolored versions. I will say though, in this case, the red on the the cloud does kind of give it a good effect to it. I'm probably gonna pick this up because I have been picking up all the late printings of at least issue 1 for this series. So I'll probably at least grab one of these just to kind of keep it in the keep
Comic
this up
Journey.
there.
No interest in Compass, which means it will blow up.
Yeah, that's also usually my luck with comics
Yeah,
lately.
same, man, same. He also said, yeah. So this is number 1, 4th printing. It seems like this is just every week. It's just crazy. This one I could probably see them milking it and getting to like a 5th or 6th. I don't want to say,
Oh yeah,
but like it's looking that we're probably going to get a bit more if they've already gone down this rabbit hole to number 4.
it's I mean, look, my shops do seem to be selling out of these number 1 late printings, so it's not like they're just sitting there. Clearly, people are buying them up. So I mean, I guess because sometimes you see these late printings, but you'll still see the previous printings still sitting on store shelves, at least from my experience. But in this case, I have noticed that this book in particular, the number 1s have been getting picked up, whether it's this first, second, or third print. So.
Sorry, my computer cable just popped out. There we go. Perfect. All right. Next up, speaking of second prints or later prints, we've got Good Asian number 1, second print.
I mean, I didn't pick up the first print. I'm probably gonna pass on this one. It's a cool concept. I like the synopsis of the story, but it's just one of those things that I'll probably just wait and read it down the line. But I'm not picking up the actual issues for this.
It's a dope cover. You guys know how I feel about the white. Also, if you didn't know, I have a crazy obsession with the city of San Francisco. I've always loved that city. I've been there. So, the fact that they got the bridge there, it's kind of cool. So, yeah, but I'm not going to buy it for that. Just thought I'd throw, some San Francisco newbie fact for you, because you never know. Maybe you might need that fact for like a giveaway we do sometime. So, all right. We've got Ice Cream Man number 24, second printing. It's been a while since we've talked about Ice Cream Man, to be honest with you. I love this one. This one reminds me of the last one that just came out. I think it was another printing as well, but it kind of has that movie poster ad style going with it. I really like it. Ice Cream Man, I mean, what more can be said? It's probably one of the hottest titles, stories going last year and into this year, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I know that the first print of this cover A at least had a telethon kind of theme to it. I actually picked up cover B. I actually prefer the cover B theme better.
Really?
Yeah, it's the one with the ice cream sundae with the skull-shaped ice cream on it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Interesting enough, we got Jupiter's Legacy, number 1.
It's a sequel, I guess.
I'm not going to get into specifics with the show. I didn't see the show. Some people liked it. Some people thought it was terrible. Just like anything, 50-50. But yeah, I'm not picking this up. I haven't watched the show, so it's kind of where I am with this one.
Yeah, same. I mean, there's other things that's on my queue to watch. So I actually haven't gotten around to watching Jupiter, and I never read the comics, so that's partially why I didn't really get an interest in watching the show right away. So.
Good Asian, another one that Indifferent to. That means it will have a multi-movie deal. So, hey, if you want to know what is a good investment, maybe just ask Comic Journey. And if he's not picking it up, then pick it up. The show got canceled. Said, for Jupiter's Legacy deserved. Yeah. I mean, I can't say yeah because I didn't watch the show. I was just, hearing what people were saying about it. So. Finally, we get Radiant Black. So we got Radiant Black number 4, second print, and we got Radiant Black number 5.
I mean, I picked up issue 1. I like the premise, but I'm not picking up the later issues yet. I kind of want to see where this
Where it goes.
story goes. Yeah, it's just like I said, I'm just trying to reduce the pull, and right now I like the issue, but it wasn't enough for me to convince me to actually put this on my pull yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I got issue 1, and that's where I've been stuck with it, and yeah, I don't know. It's great. I was expecting more, to be honest with you, and like I don't know what the definition of that is. I was just expecting a bit more with everything, and yeah, kind of dropped the series a bit early. So I think it was just bad timing when this came out, and for like what I was collecting, what I was spending my money, it just didn't match up. So yeah, you know, it's not you, it's me. I'll say that. So
there you go. I mean, the thing is, when there's a new series coming out every week, you kind of have to draw the line somewhere.
exactly. So Hype, let me know what you think about Stillwater number 8.
Yeah, this one I'm picking up. You know, still a fan of Stillwater and Chip Zdarsky stuff. And I believe, yeah, this is the continuation of the second arc. So I don't know how long this series is going to go for, but it looks like I don't see this having an end issue anytime soon. So yeah, I mean, it's been fun so far. So I'm still going to be picking up Stillwater.
I got every issue of Radiant Black. It will be in the quarter bin. I don't disagree because like there's so many printings, right? So if like everybody talks about this crash, I don't believe that there's going to be a crash, and I think Vancouver Comic Junkie says it perfectly. He says, there's not going to be a crash, there's going to be a correction, and there's just going to be a lot of books that just get corrected in price. And yeah, with all these later printings and things like that, the heat off of it, you might be able to find a lot of these in, the dollar, the quarter. There are quarter bins out there. If you go to flea markets, there's some quarter ones. So
yeah, these flea markets that you guys speak of that I have no access to.
I love it. This one is one that I wanted to talk about really quickly. So Tyme Before Tyme number 1, already getting that second printing, and then we have Tyme Before Tyme number 2. Again, it was a premise, right? But again, just not something that really I was dying to get. So I kind of just left it at the shelf. This one came out the same time. Well, ironically, or not ironically, but we're talking about it. But yeah, this one came out at the same time as Good Asian. So just two books, 2 stories that I just kind of didn't really pick up.
I think Key Issues or FaceTime picked this up, but I didn't. And yeah, I do like the premise of how you're dealing with kind of like a mob group to kind of fix things in the timeline, so to speak. It's a good premise, but like you said, I mean, it just came at the bad timing for me in terms of everything else that I was collecting. So yeah. But the premise sounds cool though.
Yeah, it does. And then we got Walking Dead, but because Face isn't on the show, we don't have to talk about Walking Dead. So we can move on to Dark Horse. And in Dark Horse, I mean, me and Hyper are the biggest Dark Horse fans out there. Is there one there that you see, that you might want to put a little bit of information to, or even in the chat, if you got anything that you might want to add about any of these books?
That's all the Dark Horse that we have?
That's it, yeah.
In that case, I got nothing to add.
Yeah. So, I mean, we are not Dark Horse people. Not to say that we've never bought from them. It's just, we're not like I'm never really chasing anything from them. So, yeah. So nobody's asking anything. So yeah, let's move on. Let's go to IDW, and let's start here. Hype. Star Wars High Republic Adventures.
Yes.
Adventures number 5. I always get confused with that one. We're already at number 5. I mean, I'm pretty sure I got up to number 4, so I'll probably have to get this one. But
yeah, and what's also nice about this is this is the last 1 in 10 that finishes the 5-issue connecting series. That's a classic. Classic.
No, it's not. But
frame it. We gotta pin that comment. Yeah. So this is because you know how the first 5 issues of
Yeah, they had the
Star Wars.
connecting in 1 in 10.
Yeah, so this will be the last one. So I don't know if they're going to be doing more connecting, but yeah, I'll be picking up the 1 in 10, and I have been picking up this as well as the Marvel Star Wars High Republic. So yeah.
Oh, mad respect. He's a casino dealer. I have 2 full-time jobs in the medical field and in the casino, so
Okay.
I know what you go through, man. So yeah. All right. This one, if Face was on, he'd be talking a lot about. I know we were talking about it in our private chat.
Yeah.
With Keys talking about it, with you talking about it. But we got Usagi Yojimbo. Said it right, but we got issue number 20. Is this going to have one of those cool 1 in 10s that everybody just goes crazy for about?
Usually, the ongoing Usagi does have a 1 in 10, but yeah, the buzz around this issue is there should be a new character, and I think it's the character that you're seeing in the front cover.
Right?
So, that's supposed to be a recurring character in the series. So it looks like we're getting a new rabbit.
So is this a guy, a girl?
I think Face told me it was a guy. I thought it was a girl, but it's a guy rabbit. I mean,
that's why I'm asking.
It's very hard to tell because they all wear that kimono. So
if you were to take a look at like the scars, like they kind of made Yojimbo, like you could tell when you look at that rabbit that it's a male. This one, it could go 50-50. But nevertheless, I mean, new character cover. Obviously, if you're on this or you like this character, you're gonna pick this up.
This is way too long of a conversation to be dissecting a gender of a rabbit.
Yeah. But it's what's going on, Guy Forge? What's happening, brother? Big shout outs to the Pressable Defects over there. Check them out. That 1 in 10 looked awesome. It's a gender neutral rabbit. Yeah. Here on Newbie Comics, we support any rabbit gender that there is. So, are you getting the 1 in 10?
No, because I didn't ask my shop in advance, so I doubt that they'll actually have it. So I might only get just the cover.
I think Face was the only one that got it.
He was probably on it, yeah.
He's got it either.
Yeah.
So, all right. Before we get into Marvel, Tim, I hope you're still here. There's a lot of things that are coming out of Marvel. But I'm going to go to Boom first. Then I'm going to do Dynamite Pick of the Week. And then we can get to Marvel. So, Boom Studios. What?
No, I was going to say, I thought you were going to do Dynamite first. I was going to say it's your time to shine.
Oh, no. I was going to say I'm doing Boom first. So, we got Berserker number 2. We got Berserker we got Berserker 2, 3rd print. Berserker 3 coming out. So again, just with a bunch of covers. I don't know if you're like, did you pick any of these up? Did you pick that number 1? Like,
I do have all the late printings of number 1. I was fortunate enough to grab them before like those eBay. I think the most I paid was I paid $15 for the 2nd print of number 1, and I think that's right now still a $40-50 book. But yeah, I didn't have to pay eBay prices for the most part for any of these late printing. But I'm gonna have to draw the line on these other late printings like issue 2 and 3. I'm only probably gonna be collecting the late printings of number 1 and maybe 2. But what I like about number 3 is I'm not getting this, but there is a 1 in 25. I believe it's a Jenny Friesen cover that looks pretty cool, I have to say. I know some of my guys are already, I think, picking it up. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's kind of cool. I'll admit that.
The whole grenade and all that.
Still, I'm not going after it. I don't want to pay, with so many printings of this and so many books. Yeah, I'm not gonna go crazy on any of this stuff. It's a pass for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a nice cover. I just wanted to show it off. If anyone.
So wait, you didn't get you are getting this one or no?
No, I'm not. I'm kind of scaling back on incentives in general. Yeah. Really, the only incentives I've been getting lately is just the TMNT and Something is Killing the Children, pretty much, and Star Wars High Republic. That's pretty much the only incentives I've been getting.
Sticking with Boom, we got Luna number 5, so we are at the end of the story. I only got issue 1, and it was a quick flip for me, and then I just kind of stopped getting it. So, kind of where I'm at here.
Yeah, I didn't read this, but I know Sparks and Caroline Comics did a review on this, and I think they said it was a decent story, and I believe Sith also reviewed this on his Indie Spotlight, and I think he liked it as well, but I haven't picked it up.
Yeah, I'm not. It's over now, so we'll see where it goes. And we can't talk about Boom without talking about Seven Secrets #9.
Oh, my mistake. Sith already jumped off after issue 2. Okay, so he wasn't feeling it either. All right, so
yeah, I think for the most part it was that cover, the hype. A lot of people were just talking about everything that came with it. The cover was those that a lot of people are going. If you look back when that book came out, it was one of the more flippable. People just had it, and again, from Wednesday to Thursday night, people buying it, getting that FOMO. But then by Friday, Saturday, it kind of just died down, and then you kind of are left where you are left. If you overpaid, well, sorry, but the book was selling for like $30-$40.
Yeah, and I think it's specifically the cover that Sid mentioned, the Jenny Friesen cover, the one that hippie cover that she did. Yeah, I think that's the one that people were going after, especially.
Yeah, and that's what Sid said. Yeah, Jason saying, when did we ever talk about this book? And we're already on that. We've talked about this one because Keys is a big fan of this story. So is Face.
Yeah. I'm collecting this as well. Seven Secrets, I would say. Like people always say that anything that James Tynion writes, you should pick it up. I would say the same thing about anything that Tom Taylor picks up. And that's partly the reason why I got into Seven Secrets, and I haven't been disappointed since. So, this is a series that I'm still continuing, and I'm kind of glad that they didn't stop after 6 issues.
Yeah, a lot of people are on this, and I believe they still come in poly bags, right? Like
only if there's like spoiler variants. I don't think we've gotten any spoiler variants in the last few issues. Okay. It's only the spoiler variants that they do the polybag.
All right, so Tim, where are you at? So Dynamite pick of the week. If you're new to the channel, we just kind of did it for fun, but I picked my favorite cover in Dynamite. So this week I'm going off the board, but I think Tim would like it. But I'm going with Scared 6. I really like this cover right here.
Sacred 6, you mean?
What did I say? Scared? Sacred 6?
You said Scared 6.
Oh, God, jeez.
It's okay, it's okay.
Sacred 6. This is the cover I'm picking. So, Tim, hopefully you approve. But yeah, that's my Dynamite pick of the week.
Damn,
no particular reason.
She looks like she's in a lot of pain.
Oh, God, here we go with this bondage shit again.
What? I don't know, Newbie. I mean...
I should have just, this. Oh, gosh.
Oh, dear.
All right, let's kick it off. Let's go to Marvel Comics here. Newbieverse, baby. That's what it is. It's going to be, it's about to, I knew Tim was going to be, when I knew it. That's why I was hoping Tim would stick around for it. But yeah, Scared in the 6 was this past year. Yeah, so the first time I approved Newbie's Dynamite pick.
Okay.
All right, well, hey, that's good. What's that Wayne Gretzky quote? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, or something like that. So, you don't take them, you can't get approved. So there we go. All right, we got Alien #4, and I bring this cover up because Ken Lashley, Mr. Canada, he lives in Burlington. He's very respected up here in Canada. I know a lot of people respect the guy, but he is a Canadian treasure when you think of comics. He did this one, really cool. Again, I know Face is big into the aliens. He's picking everything up. So, I'm not the biggest on aliens, whether it's Ken or not. I'm not really a big alien fan.
I mean, I only picked up issue 1 just because of the significance of it. Yeah, and if Sith, I know you fainted, but keep it together, hold it together, man. I mean, this is not a dream. This is reality. So.
Oh God.
Listen. I picked up issue 1 just because of the significance, like I mentioned, because it's the first Alien comic that's published in Marvel. But I haven't actually picked up other issues since. So yeah.
All right. we've got. I don't want to pass anybody. I don't want to pass any. We got this right here. Number ones. We got Demon Days. Mariko. I'm just taking a guess.
Yeah.
It's a number one. You can already tell, even from far away, that it is Peach Momoko's art.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if
Well,
like,
she's doing everything in this, just like the previous Demon Day. She's doing it all, art and the writing. So
yeah. So if you're a Peach fan, you're probably gonna get it. It's a number one. So who knows what that means down the road? But you know, when you put a number one or something comes out, people get a certain type of way. So you know, are you picking it up?
No, because I didn't really pick up the first Demon Days series. So this is just, it looks like it's just a continuation. I guess Peach is building some kind of her own universe. Yeah, somewhat so. I mean, using sorry?
So she's copying me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not as cool as the Newbieverse, but I mean, you know, she's trying. She's trying. Give her some credit.
My lawyers will have a cease and desist coming her way. I'll tell you that right now.
You mean cease and desist, not the decease and desist. You don't want her to die, man.
You're supposed to be on my side here, so. Jesus.
Man's up here. He's trying to kill Peach Momoko, guys.
Jeez. Yeah, can you imagine? Don't trend that on Twitter either. I don't Newbie killing Peach. No, nothing like that. We got Heroes Reborn. This is it. 7-7. This is all done. Hype. I don't know about you. I didn't pick up one.
Yeah. We're off to a good start. Listen.
I just want to throw this out there. Since I've stopped drinking Corona on the shows, I've messed up more. So I don't know. I gotta maybe get rid of this water shit. I might have to go back.
So you're almost like Raj in Big Bang Theory, where you need the alcohol to kind of function properly on your show.
At least pronounce the words properly, you know, something like that. I don't know.
No, dude, it's been fun so far, and we're not even an hour in. Yeah,
that's my fear, man. That's my fear. When Sith is in the shows, that's my fear. But yeah, no, I haven't picked any of this up.
Yeah,
I don't care that it's over or if it gets continued. Like it's just not something that was really appealing to me. I shouldn't say that I don't care. It's not been something that I really wanted to read or anything like that. I get the new characters and all that, but it's just not something that I'm believing in or was interested in. So
yeah, right from the jump, the story kind of I was off when they mentioned the synopsis, like just the whole costumes and all that, and just the like.
What about like the 20 covers that come out for the thing every week?
Yeah, it's look, I feel like lately I tried to give Marvel a chance with these events, and it seems like more often than not, these events I've mentioned before don't seem to have any big consequences. So for that reason, I just I'm skipping this event altogether.
Yeah, same. So I'm kind of happy that we're not going to have to talk about it, to be honest with you. So it is what it is. Speaking of though, let's be real. Probably one of the hottest characters in the past year and a half, but we got Heroes Reborn Weapon X in the final flight #1. Again, a #1, so we're bringing it to you guys. Doesn't mean anything on my end. I'm not going to be picking this up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pass for me. I mean, look, more so than the main title of Marvel events, I usually am not a fan of these tie-ins as much either, because I find that the tie-ins have even less consequence than the main title.
Yeah.
So, if you're a Weapon X fan, like a diehard Weapon X fan, maybe you might want to pick this up. Valkyries, I don't know if you're gonna skip Valkyries, but Valkyries I'm not picking up, but there is one particular cover that I might actually pick up. And it's not this one, it's the one right next to it.
This one right here? Oh, because it's the game.
Yeah, it's just that cover. If anything, that would be more like a cover buy, but that might be something that if I see it in the shop, I might grab it, just because I am a bit of a fighting game fan. So
yeah, I can see why you would. Yeah,
that would just be a cover buy.
Probably, and probably people will say no, you're wrong. I'm hoping people say more. I think this is probably the cover of the week.
Actually, man, I would say it's the variant of this one. that probably people would be talking more about.
This one right here.
Yeah, it's because it's that
Yeah,
artist.
I can see. Yeah. That was what was it? It was like Spider Woman 9 or something like that. I think kind of had this. She's like upside
Yeah,
down. Yeah.
and she also did the 1 in 25 for Silk #2, the one with the bubble tea.
I mean, that Miles one is still dope, though. I'm still going to
Yeah,
stand by that statement.
I'm probably gonna grab both because the Miles is on my pull, and I'll probably grab the variant as well because I believe this is her first open order variant with Marvel. So for that reason, it's since it's cover price, I'll probably add this as well.
Yeah. So those are probably two books to be on the lookout for. But we kind of went to this one a little quickly, but yeah, that's just dope to me, man. I don't know.
Sometimes you don't need to have a lot going on in a cover to make it stand out. I like covers that are more simplistic like this.
Tough 9/8 to get too. Just
Yeah.
I know sometimes people are like, well, it's not fully black. There's some white. Yeah, but that's still going to be a hard ass book to get a 9/8, 9/6 in.
Yeah.
All right, we've got. Where was I going here? We've got Star Wars number 14. So we got a few variants for the 50th anniversary and things like that. I'm not really picking them up. I'm kind of, I'll be honest. And you guys know this. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I will pick up when there's like a big key or a big character. I'm kind of just stash those away. I don't really stack Star Wars or anything like that. I usually just grab one copy, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think that because this is this is part of the whole big crossover War of the Bounty Hunters. So it's almost like if you're picking up this, you're probably picking up the other Star Wars books as well, like Darth Vader and Dr. Aphra, and I feel like I'm missing another book in that mix. And the big one,
Yeah,
the one that
big one. Yeah, there's
This is the one that I told you that I feel that it could be a big or light week depending on how heavy people go on some of these covers.
Yeah, so this is cover A.
Yeah.
We've been teased about that one. Now, where is the one that?
Which one are you looking for?
This one. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the one that Marvel mentioned. Yeah, that I dig that one. The mosaic kind of image of all the Venom.
So this one is kind of similar to what Amazing Spider-Man 700, the red one. They do it the same way. Not to bring shame to Venom. I love Venom. I grew up with Venom in that cartoon series. Well, I didn't grow up, but like he was one of my favorite characters in the show. But if you guys look at what those go for, that Spider-Man 700 into 9/8, that book is still means a lot. It's still worth a lot. So you could see kind of a trickle effect with this one. For those reasons, I'm going to be grabbing this one. But yeah. It's going to be one of the books that I think I'm comparing it to 700, and I said that I've talked about that openly. I'm saying it's going to be in the same price range as 700.
So the cover that I'm probably going to be picking up, I mean that is a dope cover, but I'm probably going to be picking up the Jacques cover, only because I've seen the cover done before by Jacques in Scott Snyder's Detective Comics run when he did the Black Mirror. I think it was called Black Mirror run. It's a similar thing where Batman has the same pose, but he's swooping down. So I like that Jacques variant as well. So I'll probably be picking that up.
This one right here.
Yeah, that's the one. And that one's gonna be a bit tough because it is like there's a lot of white on it. So,
white.
Yeah. So the thing is.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say this is the final issue of Kate's run. So I mean, and we know that Al Ewing will be taking over the series in November. So I mean, expect to see some status quo shifts, I'm sure, happening in this issue. I mean, I know people knock on Donny Cates for not always being the best closer for his comics, but I'm hoping that in this case he kind of ends this off on a good note. At least tries to tie things up as much as he can.
What if he brings in like another character like Virus or something?
If he brings in Virus, I'll be ecstatic because I'm still sitting on those Venom 26 and 27. Yeah. So I'll be ecstatic.
He brings him back and he's like, Virus will be back.
I will be over the moon if I will send a personal thank you tweet to Donny Cates if he brings back Virus. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that he's gonna, one, it's gonna be a good finish. Two, we're gonna probably have a surprise. I really do. I think I'm gonna stand by those two things.
Yeah, and the thing is, I got to figure whatever is happening in this issue will kind of set up for what's happening with Al Ewing's run. So for that reason, definitely pay attention to this issue. I mean, it's a steep price for $9.99, so obviously.
Yeah, if you're stacking this book, hey, you probably have deep pockets because, yeah, that's $11 book here in Canada. So
The thing is, I don't think you're gonna have an issue finding this issue on Wednesday.
No.
But I think it's just in terms of if you want a particular cover, that's where you might have yeah. Because shops aren't going to be ordering like a stack of every single cover because of the price. So you kind of have to, call in advance maybe if you want certain covers of that. Yeah.
Well, this is where Face usually shines. This is not where I shine at all. But if you're new to the channel, don't think I have a certain, play one side or one team. I love DC.
Oh, wait, Newbie. You don't have to show this, but there is actually one more book that's coming out in Marvel. It's Planet Size X-Men.
Okay. I closed it, so...
Yeah, no worries. But just Planet Size X-Men is basically, I believe it basically caps off the whole Gala event. I haven't really been following the Gala stuff in the X series, but apparently I'm told that Planet Size X-Men might be the issue you want to pick up because there should be some, I guess, significant things happening in that issue that kind of sets up things to come in the future X storylines. So yeah, just look out for Planet Size X-Men this week.
Yeah, you know what's funny, and what's up, Dr. Lovebugs? The funniest thing about Dylan is it was so quickly that you had like certain YouTubers or certain people just being like, "Oh man, go pick us up," and then like just later being like, "No, get rid of it, like don't buy it anymore." Who knows what happens with them, right? I mean, we talk about like the kids and like, the younger generation and things like that. So who knows? I don't think Dylan Brock is going to get to that stature just yet. I mean, you never know. So now that Venom 9 book, I think is the winner. I've always liked Venom 7 for the cover, but I think Venom 9 is obviously the book that you want. I think you're going to be able to get it in the next couple weeks or so, maybe next couple.
Depends. I mean, if something happens in issue 35 that kind of changes things regarding Dylan, so to speak, that issue might also see a bit of a surge. So it's a bit of a 50-50. Like, I mean, it really depends.
I'm saying there's gonna be a surprise. Like, I don't want to blur it out or say anything. Like, I think something's gonna happen. I just don't want to whatever. But like, that's why I'm saying, like. I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't know. I don't want to say, whatever.
Yeah, it's just that like I like my opinion is I wouldn't count Dylan out. I know that some people, I know some people are kind of down on Dylan, but I feel that he, Donny Cates has a good thing going with him, even though some people might not have appreciated the direction of his character. I do feel that, especially if he's in the hands of Al Ewing and Ram V in the next volume, I think we will see Dylan take it up a notch, because I hope I'm kind of certain that he should appear in the next volume event. I can't see how he's not gonna.
I do too. All I'm saying is don't sleep on Venom 9. That's where I'm at. Any sales go up today or tomorrow, I don't want any credit for it or anything like that. So yeah, because it'll probably end up on a top 10 list somewhere, and who knows. But yeah, that's all I'm saying.
What's up to the Arc Chemist that just joined us?
Yeah, what's going on, man? All right, so let's get down to DC really quickly. Let's move on to comic news. We're going to talk about Loki. I can't talk about the What If because I didn't watch it. And then we're going to get to Newbie Spec of the Week. And then we're going to get ready for Tuesday's show. So,
wait, What If came on?
I believe so. Yeah, I think What If is out.
The first episode's already out?
I don't know. We talked about it last week where it was like, supposed to come out. So I don't know. I could be wrong, but like maybe that's why I haven't seen it because it's not actually out.
I don't think it's out, man, because I didn't see it advertised on my Disney Plus when
okay. I thought it was out. So
yeah, I don't think it's.
let's get. Oh, What If is in August. Oh, okay. Somebody had told me something about What If, and I was like, oh, okay. Somebody had like put in like it comes out in 19 hours, and then the Loki show was. So I don't know. I could have seen it wrong. You know, it happens. All right, let's get into some DC here. And I can't wait to talk about Loki, to be honest with you, man. I really cannot. So, all right.
Let's talk about your favorite series in the world.
Yeah, The Flash, 771. I have never bought a Flash book. I probably will continue that trend for 2021 at least. But yeah, hype. I mean, you could take it away. I'm probably just going to be saying the titles because I'm not picking anything up this week for DC. So.
Well, I'm not taking anywhere with this, so because I'm not picking up Flash either. So I'm sorry, man.
Right.
Like you said, this is probably where I don't even think Face is picking up Flash.
No, Face has a lot of information when it comes to not just New Comic Book Day, but he is on top of his DC stuff. I know he gives a lot of information, and he kind of knows when there's going to be like
some significant stuff.
Yeah, some significance happening. So Face is missed when he's not on.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, Rockshank?
Next up, we got Nightwing 81. This one, some people were saying to pick up.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's It's the first cover appearance of Heartless, correct?
First cover and first full appearance. Because right now he's just had little cameo appearances. And look, spec aside, I read the first 3 issues of Tom King's not Tom King. I forget I ever said that. Tom Taylor's Nightwing, and I'm a fan, man. I've said this before. I feel this could almost be in the same vein as a Chip Zdarsky Daredevil run, in terms of that street level. Dude, I'm telling you, this seems like it's setting up to be like a classic run. I feel.
Do you think Heartless is going to be something though? Like.
That I'm not, I mean, it's a cool villain.
How many characters come out for Batman? It seems like every week or every other week, somebody comes out and they don't last, and people buy. Do we have to rewind 2 weeks ago when everybody was going crazy about Billie Eilish playing Miracle Molly and like,
I thought it was Tekashi.
I mean, I thought it was Tekashi. Let's rewind it more with Designer and like Clown Hunter. Like I get it, but like, what are they really doing here?
I think the person you want to pay more attention to is the mayor of Bloodhaven and that whole group. I don't know so much about Heartless, the character, but I think the mayor, the new mayor of Bloodhaven, who first appeared in Nightwing 1, I think her group is more of a force. I'm not sure. The jury's still out on this whole Heartless character because, like I said, it's only been a few cameo appearances, so I don't really know where this character goes. It's a cool concept. It's a guy basically. He shoots a gun and it almost like takes out the person's heart.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's okay. Wow, you had me at he shoots a gun. So yeah. Okay, I might have to do a little bit more research and things like that. But yeah, I mean, this could probably be the DC book of the week, I guess. Justice League 68. I mean, it's a cool cover. I'll give it that. But other than that,
I'm not picking it up. I mean, if you're a Naomi fan, maybe this might be a storyline you should think of picking up because I know this is very much a Naomi-centric kind of storyline. So, and there's also a backup Justice League Dark story in there. That's why you're seeing that $4.99 price tag.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Catwoman 32. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really been picking up Catwoman since 24. With that big first appearance when the book was selling for $30. So pretty much it for me. I'm not going to be grabbing this one.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing good things about this series since Ram V took over. It seems like Ram V seems to be doing a lot of good stuff in both Marvel and DC. So, I'm not picking this up, but I'm sure this probably has a good B cover. Usually Catwoman does, I feel.
Iron Man and Flash title, Fast and Loose. Oh boy. You're the video game expert, so we got Batman Fortnite number 5 already. They've been coming
Yeah.
every week.
At this point, I kind of have to pick this up because I already picked up the first 4 issues. So there's only 2 more issues in this, and if I got 2 more, I got the what is it? The Batman Zero
Wait,
Armor
there's only
skin.
7 of them? That's it?
6.
6? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So no, Dan, it is funny. It's just that if I dwell on the title too much, I probably might lose focus.
Yeah, we try to keep the show like PG-13. So, all right, and then we have another number 1. So we got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, number 1. It's not something I'm picking up, even if it's a number 1. Whatever. It's not.
Yeah, I'm not really a big Supergirl fan. I'll be honest, I'm not even a big Super Family fan in general. So, yeah, this is gonna be a pass for me. But it's a number 1, so it's out there.
It's out there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that does it for that part of the show. What do you want to do first? You want to do news or you want to do Loki show?
Let's do the news first, and then we'll tackle the Loki show. I feel like the Loki show might be a bigger discussion maybe than the news.
All right. So let's get it going. Man. So let's move on to the next segment.
I don't think that's supposed to be raising the roof when you're doing the news, but
that's just how I am. That's what I do. So yeah, let's get it going. Right. Let's start the news, everybody. So big news. We're gonna kick it right off with like probably the biggest news that we've had all week. Ghostbusters. Yay. Afterlife, that's what the title is going to be called. Plot, trailer, release date, and news to know it's all being released. Do we know if it's going to be an all-female cast again? If it's going to be different?
I don't.
Man, what is it?
I don't think so. This is basically like from the little teaser that I saw on YouTube. It looks like it's following another family altogether.
Yeah.
That kind of has their own path and storyline. But I believe some of the original members from the first Ghostbusters movie, like back in the 80s, I believe they will be making appearances because I think I saw Ernie Hudson's name on the credit. So I do feel like you might be seeing some OG members. So it's directed by the son of the original Ghostbusters director.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
I don't know how I feel about it with, the last one not being the greatest movie, and they had the cast. I mean, say what you will, I get it. It was an all-female cast, but at the same time, I mean, all those women on there are successful actresses on Saturday Night Live. They have a lot of gigs and stuff like that. So, like, I just think it was just kind of the way the story was done. Chris Hemsworth was in there, so, like, they did have the star power. I just think it was a little whack, but hopefully they get it better, because when did that movie come out now? It's probably been like 3 years, 4 years. Possibly.
Yeah. It's just that, like, I don't want to seem like that get off my lawn kind of guy, but like for me, Ghostbusters is always going to be the original 4 guys, like Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, and Bill Murray, and those are my original Ghostbusters. I just wasn't ready to see like this new crop. So that's just my.
That's where we are, right? And in comics and any storyline, I mean, at any point, like I've talked about Quasar. There's people talking about, who, characters that could show up as women, right? Like we talk about, Frankie Ray coming in, and she's a girl. Like it's just one of the things, right? And it wasn't that long ago where Michael B. Jordan was Human Torch, right? So like the way we are in society, and it's a shame that it's gone to this point. Like, not in a bad way. It's coming off wrong, and I don't want to take it that way. But like the fact that like we make a big deal because like, oh my God, African American or Latino or Asian, like it shouldn't be that way. But like we are getting to the point where like it kind of gets more people involved when you get other, minorities or other genders. So yeah, I can totally see why, or maybe if they go mixed with this, it could work out.
But
The one knock on the last one was it was all women, right?
yeah, so the thing is, like, the difference between like the comparison between the whole Fantastic Four thing casting that you mentioned, the difference is though the original Ghostbusters was already a fantastic movie to begin with. If it didn't have to be like if it was going to be remade, it should have brought on the original members at least, because it's one of those properties that I don't think had to have been touched. Whereas Fantastic Four, it seems like they kind of had to. It's not like they had like they didn't exactly set a high bar to begin with. So
yeah, no. So we'll see where this one goes, but yeah, I'm intrigued. So we'll see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Next piece. So, yeah, you guys saw that I posted it. I forget the director's name. James.
I don't know this. James Wan.
James Wong. Yeah, that's
yeah.
So he tweeted out and put on his Instagram. They were kind of setting up for Aquaman. So it's going to be the Lost Kingdom. And yeah, if you remember in the last movie, 6 kingdoms are connected. So there's that one kingdom that, Mr. Aquaman didn't connect. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with this one. The first one had a lot of success, but again, I've talked about it. My mom and her girlfriends and my aunt went to go see this. They don't know anything about Aquaman. It was just the fact they got to see this guy shirtless, and I get it. But that also means that they made a lot of money, and they're probably going to take this project not more serious, but it's probably going to be done better than the first, obviously. So I'm intrigued to see what happens in this one. I like the actor. I didn't mind the first one. This one's going to have just, like I said, more money, and the success it had, it's probably going to be a better product.
Yeah, I mean, the first movie, it was what it was. It was just a good, fun popcorn flick. Nothing more, nothing less for me. So I
remember. Hey, hold on, before you go. Remember, and this is the same thing that I kind of worry with, like not so much Eternals, but like Shang-Chi, for example, right? Like Aquaman, being underwater and all that, like that was kind of like the first time that they, did something like that where we actually saw, underwater. So I get it. It was one of those like unknowns. So I get it, right? Like people were going to always be on the fence about it. You either like that movie or you didn't. There's no in between.
Yeah, because I've had friends who basically were very against this movie. Like there wasn't really so much a neutral side, like you mentioned. Like I was kind of like, I liked it, but it's not like, I'm not gonna say this is like a classic, but it's just like, I've mentioned this several times. It's one of those movies that I could watch like on a rainy Sunday or something,
I've only seen this movie once, and that should tell you everything.
Yeah, I mean, it does have some good visual effects. I mean, it does translate well on the big screen, I find, at least from like a visual point of view.
So it is what it is. I'm interested to see what happens with this one. Hopefully, seeing this, what happened with Wonder Woman 2 and things like that, I'm sure, they're going to put a good product out there. So we'll see.
One can hope.
Next news, we've got Loki isn't in Thor 4. And that makes sense. Perfect sense, actually. We're probably going to find out more as this series goes on. But yeah, I thought that was just a no-brainer, that Loki's kind of just done from the movies in the near future. Maybe returns later on. I can totally see this kind of having a season 2, possibly a season 3, but I don't know where they are with that. But with what they've shown in the show thus far, you can kind of get why he won't be in the movie, rather.
I don't know, man. I mean, it seems like, because I feel like the show seems to be looking. I know we're already going to talk about the show later, but it feels like it's setting up almost like a redemptive arc for Loki. So I can't really discount that he's not going to appear in any Marvel properties going forward after the show.
I'm saying near future. Like I'm saying, like right now, Thor and
okay.
That's kind of what I mean. Okay. I don't see him there. I could totally see him like later on though.
Okay, yeah. In that case, yeah. but yeah, because I wasn't aware that he's not going to appear in Thor 4 until you just brought it up. But yeah, it does kind of, because it seems like Thor 4 is going to have a lot going on as it is. So I don't think they really need Loki, to be honest, in this movie.
Yeah. And finally, She-Hulk rumors kind of exploded yesterday. I think it was last night. So new rumor claims the Hulk's son will appear in the Disney show, which is very interesting because we have not seen Mark Ruffalo's character in any relationship. There hasn't been anything brought up. I mean, outside of the Black Widow stuff. So I don't know. That's going to be very interesting. I do know that the books have spiked. There's 3 that should be on everyone's radar, or that everybody was looking for. There is one, however, that nobody's looking at. And shout outs to Universe X, because he puts out a lot of good content on his Instagram, but he posted the book that you guys should be looking for when it comes to that. There's a lot of confusion with if it's the what if, because it's a cameo. He puts the panels there. So if you got a second, go check out Universe X. He's got the books there. And yeah, he describes what and why, and the true first appearance, because I think this book has like that argument with the character. He kind of just breaks it down on why he thinks it's this one and why it should be, based on what we as the market deem first appearance. So.
The thing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, what the son's name is, what, Scar or something? Sakar? Something like that, right?
I say it's Scar. That's how I say it. So,
because the thing is, I might be off on my Marvel history, but I believe in the comics he was the son came to be during the whole Planet Hulk storyline, right? When he was shot into space.
I'm the wrong person to ask. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm pretty sure like the son came during the time when he was shot into space, and he kind of was doing his whole Planet Hulk kind of thing, which is sort of like what they were going for with the Thor Ragnarok run, where Thor meets him and he's like the champion of the Grandmaster character played by Jeff Goldblum. The thing is, we just see Thor show up, but we don't. There's a lot of gaps that weren't really explained. Yeah. Like what was Thor what was Hulk doing during that time in that other planet? So who knows?
Yeah, but it's a She-Hulk thing. So like, I don't think that they're gonna touch base on the Hulk stuff, because it's She-Hulk. Like, it's She-Hulk's time to shine. So yeah, that's where you're kind of like, okay, are they really gonna go that route and like kind of give you this whole backstory on the character that's not really like the main act?
No, but what I'm saying is, like, if they were to introduce a son, like, because you're trying to figure out like where the son would kind of fit into the thing. Like, I'm just saying, like, there was a bit of a gap where you don't really know what happened to Hulk during that time when he was a champion. So, things could have happened, and he could have got a son during that time. So, I mean, I'm just saying that's a possibility.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. All right, so that's it for news. So yeah, let's talk Loki before we get into spec here. Hype, you've seen it, obviously.
The spec?
No. The show, Loki.
Oh, sorry, I don't know why my mind went. Yes, I saw that. I saw the episode 1. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So I watched it Wednesday afternoon. I don't know if it was people just saying it, but thank everybody for not ruining it. I didn't really see a lot of things going on social media.
I guess I should put the spoiler warning up right now?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, it was an interesting episode. If you were expecting a lot of action, you didn't really get it. If you were expecting a lot of question marks, you kind of got it. We saw a side of Loki that we've never seen before. So that was very interesting. The whole TVA stuff, very interesting to me. Especially there's one part where, even Loki says, he goes, oh, so like Thanos was supposed to come and destroy this and da-da-da. And they were like, yep. And, it was kind of interesting for me to hear that part, actually. I will be honest, I had to watch the episode twice. This is the first time I was just kind of getting interrupted with like work stuff, but I watched it twice. I can't say that there was a lot of Easter eggs. in the background or anything like that. Like I kind of try to pay attention to a few things. I didn't really see anything to give light on anything else. But yeah, just the takeaway that he cried with like his mom. Oh, and Tim says there, he cried. When he cried with his mom and things like that. The thing is though, like it's hard to take him serious because like he's a liar. He's a pathological liar, and you never know when he's like telling the truth or not. So it is what it is. I think the highlight of the show was Owen Wilson. I thought Owen Wilson played a great character. His book is striking.
Mobius.
Yeah, Morbius.
Yeah.
So interesting to see where that character goes, but yeah, I mean, overall, I liked it. It's the first episode. We got what we needed. The only thing that I did not like is what's it called? At the end, right? Like where they go, where he says, "I need your help," and then Loki's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Well, because you are the variant."
Yeah.
Right? And
you like that part?
No, because I was expecting them to get like another villain. I wasn't expecting them to like do a Loki versus Loki. Like I just feel like that's kind of corny. I don't know. But I want to ask a question to the chat and to you. When they go back to like 1549 or whatever, and that child shows up, and like Owen Wilson's character is doing it, and he asks, who did you see? And she points to that painting, which is supposed to be the devil. How many people thought it Mephisto? Like, I'm just curious.
Listen, I'll be honest. I
thought it was Mephisto. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
I almost had, but I kind of had to reel it back a bit after because that was obviously because I think even in the trailer we saw that same imagery and we thought it was Mephisto as well. But I mean, someone else brought up the point that Loki does have similar horns on his helmet, so. It could have been just like an imagery that like
the face was like it was red, so it was either the devil, Mephisto, or something. You know what I mean? Like so, it was just very interesting, and the way the variant was moving, killing those people. Like I just don't know. I don't think it's Loki. But again, I will say, we got that image of him on the plane too. And, I talked about like, in the trailer, they had like, he had like 7 different haircuts.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, there was 2 scenes in there they used where like, you got an explanation on what they were doing. So I guess that's kind of out of the picture that they go into like all these different multiverses, but who knows? We'll see. I think it's, sorry, hold on. I think it's, yes, RP. I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, because the thing is, prior to the show, people were speculating on some of these books, like Loki, Agent of Asgard #2, and for the very fact that they were expecting different variations of Loki. So to say that the variant is what's killing people is the one that I actually wasn't completely surprised because we were going to be expecting different versions of Loki. So I wasn't expecting like a brand new villain altogether. I thought. When they mentioned it was going to be a variant, I thought, okay, it kind of makes sense. And I'm actually more intrigued at the possibilities now, just because obviously you didn't see the image; you just saw like a person in a hoodie, like in a cloak. So the thing is, yeah. So go ahead.
No, I was going to say because I know a lot of people are saying it's girl Loki, but we've had conversations because I kind of like, I don't want to say I put you on this book, but Journey into the Mystery 629.
Mm-hmm.
The first appearance of Leia.
Yeah.
Leia. I mean, I know it's Kid Loki's like friend or whatever the case may be. So like I might see that, but like an older version. I don't know. Like there's a lot of possibilities, but that's the first thing I noticed too, is if you go back and you look at the person in that like cloak or whatever, like it doesn't look to me like it's a male. Like I automatically, when I saw it, I was like, that's a female. That's just my head. Yeah, I and maybe it's not. Maybe you guys are like, Newbie, what the hell are you drinking? I'm drinking water. But like, yeah, I just kind of got this vibe that I'm like, you know what, it could be female.
I couldn't really make out whether it's male or female just based on the cloak and the shadow. It was hard for me to really decipher. Yeah, man, I mean, I could see it being, I mean, what other possibilities could there be? I mean, we have the female Loki, and then, I mean, I know that Kid Loki apparently is another not as the villain, but like as another
No,
very
no, as a character to show up. Yeah.
yeah. And I don't know because this show is 6 episodes, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
only thing I caught was the Iron Man movie homage at the beginning.
Which homage was that? What? Hmm.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't know.
Yeah. Look, my impression of the show, I liked it for the fact that, and someone else brought this up, and I completely agree. I liked how they seamlessly were able to kind of explain certain questions without making it like a full drawn out, without making it a
Oh,
full
get
drawn
out of
out
here. Come on,
explanation.
Chad. Chad's a jokester though, so
No, no. Well, I mean, no, but the thing is, the fact that questions like why wasn't the TVA involved, and then they simply answered, well, they didn't have to be because everything was already, the timeline was acting the way it's supposed to, and like, so though I like, and I also like the whole slideshow that they did at the beginning. So it's almost like for people that aren't reading the comics, it kind of put them up to speed with the show and how things are, and like what's the TVA's purpose. Because I'm sure when people saw them for the first time, they're like, who the hell are these people?
Yeah.
In the desert.
Yeah, and that's I guess that's a homage to it. I actually thought that too. I was like, oh, they're copying Iron Man. So yeah, okay. I guess I
Okay, I kind of missed that then. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I think I know that some people had an issue with how when the dude opened the drawer, there was just Infinity Stones that were used as paperweight.
Oh yeah. But that's kind of what opened it up, though. Like because when I saw that too, I was like, whoa, which means absolutely nothing. And then I kind of started researching a little bit more about like TVA and like their importance and all this because like essentially if they're saying time, like when the one guy goes, oh yeah, like a lot of guys use it for coasters or something. I was just like,
yeah,
no, pencil holder. I forget what he says, but he says something goofy like that.
Paperweight.
Yeah, paperweight. And I was just like, whoa. And then that's kind of where you see it in his eyes, where he like kind of gets up, where he's like, oh my God, this is like bigger than me or bigger than anything I've known. So that part was actually pretty interesting for me to see because he realized it too that, he's actually smaller than he thinks.
Yeah, because the thing is, people literally died for those stones. So like, so
and
the fact
here
that
these people using them for nothing. And I think he even says, he's like, you can take one or something like that. I can't remember.
I don't know if he said that, but I think it's necessary because putting that scene, it kind of also shows the audience that the TVA is like a force in an entirely different level altogether. Like the fact that magic doesn't work in the realm and all that, like they're clearly like of a higher being, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I think the show sets up a nice they set up the TV in a very nice position of them being like just a force not to be messed with.
I had somebody message me Thursday morning because obviously I'm a big Fantastic Four fan, and they asked me about, I believe it's issue 353. I can't remember off the top of my head, or 363 for Fantastic Four. It's the first appearance of Morbius, and they were like, "Do you think that this is going to be like $1,000 book?" And I was like,
"No,
I do not think it's $1,000 book." But I also said, but during this show, I think that this book has a lot of room to grow because even I said, Owen Wilson played a great character.
Yeah.
Great character. His acting was really spot on. I was kind of nervous with him, because I had him, I was picturing him in like
Zoolander?
Crashers and Zoolander and things like that. So I was just kind of nervous. But he fit the part. He looked good.
No, I think I think his chemistry between him and Tom Hiddleston, I really enjoy it. It's almost like they're looking to be like some kind of like a buddy cop kind of pairing for the next 5 episodes, so which I like. Because we knew that like based on the trailer that like Owen Wilson wasn't gonna come off as like he was basically going to be like the exception to the TV, almost like the guy that's going to kind of save Loki, I guess, because he was getting ready to be reset until Owen Wilson stepped in and kind of spoke on his behalf. So, and actually,
I was expecting this too, by the way.
If you guys want to check something out on the internet after, Tom Hiddleston does impressions, and he was, I believe, on the Graham Norton show, I think, and he was doing an impression of Owen Wilson. This is before the Loki show even happened. Like he was just doing different impersonations of actors, and Tom Hiddleston does a pretty good spot-on impression of Owen Wilson. So definitely check that out on YouTube.
What's up, Dave
So
Collects?
he was actually on the Spine Takes also yesterday, so he was there for the whole six or 7 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Just a reminder to everybody, it is on Wednesdays, okay? So, you don't have to wait that long. I will be honest with you. I kind of like the fact it's on Wednesday, though, because, I don't have to cram it in on Friday and into the weekend. So I'm kind of a fan of the Wednesday thing, not going to lie. So, yeah, but I'm excited for the next episode. 6 episodes. I'm going to tell you right now, I do not think the villain is caught. Or, excuse me. I don't think the character is caught or dies or is defeated in any way. I think it's going to be something that moves us into, Doctor Strange or something big. But yeah, in just a short period of time, I don't think they do that. It's going to be very interesting. But this show, I can totally see myself watching each episode twice because I think there's going to be a lot of things I missed, just with all the video. Yeah. The elevator buttons and I'm trying to I was trying to look at every what the letters mean and the abbreviation and everything. It's just it's going to be very interesting moving forward.
I just think like of the 3 shows, I think this is the show that probably will yeah, perhaps.
That's fucking crazy. Oh
no,
my
but I'm sure that someone put it at that price, but I don't think anyone's gonna sell it at that price unless they're selling it to themselves.
No, but I'll tell you this right now: that book a year and a half ago, even in 9.8, you could probably get it at $150, $200 tops.
Yeah, but just be careful when you're watching eBay because people will always put prices at their own delusion, but don't think that's actually what it actually goes. Always check the sold pricing, and even then. I always caution people, just because it's a sold listing doesn't mean it's on the up and up. Sometimes you have to look at various datas to kind of get a consensus. Because look, you could I could sell a book to Newbie for $1,300 and he could just buy it and pay me the money back. So, just be careful of some of the sold listings on eBay.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So as I was saying, look, I feel of the 3 shows, this show will probably have the most discussion, not just from a show point of view, just from a thematic point of view, just because when you start dealing with stuff like timelines and existence in general, I'll tell you what, when I saw, and I think a lot of people will agree, when Loki was playing back his life and he saw the future, dude, I was actually thinking to myself also, what if, I saw a projector reel and then I saw, my end play out, dude, because the thing is, someone mentioned, that's you can't unscramble those eggs. That's something once you see how your future is, that shit will fuck you. Because the thing is, everyone has an end. We're not going to be on Earth forever. But if I was to see how my life, it's almost I mean, depending on how things go, but it's kind of depressing to see the end of your life. So, and especially the way his went down, with Thanos and all that. So, yeah, I thought that was a pretty powerful scene.
I thought so too. Yeah. Well, that's all the information we have for Loki first episode. But yeah, it's going to be probably one of the shows we talk about a lot on here. So, tune in. I know a lot of other YouTube channels and things like that are doing their information. But, if you ever want to talk about it with us, we do it on Sunday. So, yeah, looking forward to this Wednesday's episode for sure. Just definitely, even before the show, we were all super pumped about it, and it delivered. I don't know one person that was expecting all this action like the previous shows, but yeah, I think this one hit right on the ball. We needed to know where he went and what happened, right? And we got that. So moving forward, at the end of the episode, he agrees to help Morbius, and here we go. We're probably going to kick off the action, and yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the first episode did what it had to do. It basically increased my interest in the series even more, and now I'm looking. I was going to watch episode 2 regardless, but I'm just looking more forward to watching it now than I did before watching episode 1. So it did its job.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be the show, I think, that opens up a lot of doors and into a lot of people are saying Doctor Strange, mutants, this, that. So we're going to be interested. All right. Next up, and finally, we've got one more segment. You guys know what it is, but if you're new and you don't know, now you know.
Here, aka No Good Comics, and this is the Newbie Spec of the Week.
It's your boy, Hip Hop's in me, _comics _collectible, and guess what? It's Newbie's Spec of the Week.
Doesn't matter. What does matter is that the tone says it's the Newbie Spec of the Week. Now, the tone just educated you.
Yo, Sith Lordly here with Spine Ticks, and this is Newbie Spec of the Week.
This is Anthony from Streetside Comics, and this is Newbie Spec of the Week.
What's up, guys? It's Dustin with Two Brothers Comics, and this is the Newbie Spec of the Week.
Oh, gentlemen, stop it. You're too kind. Big shout-outs to Two Brothers. Big shout-outs to Anthony Streetside, Tony Sanders, Sith Lordy, obviously, Spine Ticks, Justin at No Good Comics. I don't think I'm missing anybody.
Steve, Hip Hop's and me.
Steve, Team Nerd Herd. Yeah, I apologize. So next week I'll introduce you first. But thank you for that, guys. All right, so let's get started with Newbie Spec of the Week. Now, guys, at the beginning of the show, I told you I had 5 books. I was kind of pumped. I always tell you guys some spec that I'm following and picking up. I never try to tell you guys to stack a book. So if you're new to the show, I'm just going to give you a forewarning right now. I am not telling anybody to stack the book, buy the book, anything like that. Just take it more of information. Okay. I'm never telling anybody to stack anything. Do what you want with your money. But I'll never tell you to stack a book or anything like that. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing. So if you see that I have like 10 copies of something, that's just what I'm doing. You don't have to follow. I also have to say, I do have 5 books. I was going to surprise everybody with 5 books, but there was another YouTuber that kind of beat me to the punch on this. I have the information up, so I'm just going to show it anyway, but I'm going to give the credit to this person because he's kind of bringing it up. If somebody talked about this before this person, okay, sorry, I didn't know. If you talked about it a year ago, okay, sorry, I didn't know. Just take it like that. If you talked about it 5 years ago, give yourself a gold star, send me the bill, or I can send you a gold star. They sell them at the dollar store. All right, so let's have some fun. Newbie Spec of the Week. First book, and this is the first book that I got to bring it in. So first book, Captain Marvel 16. I always butcher this person's name. So it's a cameo appearance of Phi Lavelle.
I believe it's Phi Lavelle. Yeah. So
Phi Lavelle. This is somebody that I've been kind of circling, kind of somebody that I've been following the character, thinking that, it's going to be a Guardian of the Galaxy / cosmic character that we see in the future. But right there, Bryce Comics, he talked about it, beat me to the punch, and that's okay. Spec is not owned. So he was talking about it earlier, so I just wanted to put that in there so, nobody comes and says, you took the, none of that. Again, this is all for information. It's all for fun, so take it at what you will. Raw copies are selling anywhere between $40 and $100. Obviously, as shows and people start talking about it and people start connecting dots, the price is going to go up. Here's the thing. A lot of places, I don't say a lot, sorry, that's a bad word. A few places say that this is the first appearance. However, I've been talking to a few people. Shout out to Decor from the Young Gunners with Batcave and them. I was talking to him, and I kind of asked him. He kind of did he did all the research, really, more so than my own research. But yeah, this one is probably more cameo than first appearance. There's a lot of people, though, that do say that this is the first appearance. Probably just grab both, this one and the next one. But yeah, it is what it is. But this is the cameo, I think. When it comes down to it, if she hits, if she becomes popular, can't go wrong with having both. But I think, the other book would be the winner.
Yeah, I've seen this book talked about a few times. It seems like this book has its ups and downs in terms like whenever it gets brought up. So I mean, right now it seems like it's in the down, but it seems like whenever you hear, I guess, potential Captain Marvel movie news, usually this character sometimes gets brought up into the fold. So, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those characters that people have kind of been specking on, but I would definitely catch this on the low end. I wouldn't pay close to 100. I would probably go closer to that 40 if you can.
I think you'd be able to get a good copy if you knew what you were looking for and found it in the wild kind of thing. I think you'd be surprised at what you could find it for.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Captain Marvel, we got the first appearance of Phyla Vel, future member of the Guardians. That's kind of something that I've been kind of trying to connect the dots with, something that I believe. I mean, you can't go wrong with both covers. I like both of them. This one kind of a little bit more. However, it kind of annoys me because I'm not the biggest Captain Marvel fan. Again, Bryce Comics, talked about it. He beat me to the punch. Damn gravity. That's a joke. So if you know what comedian said that, then congratulations. We know the same comedian. But yeah, somewhat of a ghost book. You can't really find this book a lot. I've looked in a lot of places. I've not found this book. Again, Ontario's been on the lockdown since like March, so maybe it's out there. I got to go back. But like previous to like today, I can't remember a shop having this one. It's one that's eluded me.
I've seen shops have it, but usually the shops that I've seen that have this book, they usually know the value of this book, and it's not a book that I was able to find in the back bin. I usually find them on the wall already.
The copy goes for like $100.
Sorry?
A VF, so like what 8.5 goes for $100.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. I thought it was more like a higher grade would go for 100. I didn't realize it was just a VF.
And that's eBay, so in shops it should be a little bit less.
Yeah, I don't know what the print run is on this Captain Marvel series to begin with, Alice. I'm not sure if that kind of factors into it in terms of. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a book that I have seen, but not in the back bins. I only have seen this in the wall.
I'm gonna make it a goal to find this one this summer. I'm gonna make it my goal.
What, in the wild? You mean?
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
16 or 17 at a good price. I'm gonna try to find it raw, and that's gonna be my goal for this summer. One of them, anyway.
It could. I mean, look. I mean, you could catch a shop that kind of is slipping, and they might actually have this in their back bin. You never know. True. I found some things that I was even surprised I found in the back bin. So that's the beauty of the hunt.
Yeah, it's true. That's what I love, man. Love that. All right. Switching gears. So yeah, those were the two books that Bryce Comics kind of beat me to. But again, it's a book that has been talked about for a few years. So yeah, I just wanted to, mention it, give credit, because he was the last person I saw talking about it. So, just being respectful. But yeah. All right. Next book up, we got Fantastic Four number 83. Now again, I've been talking a lot about Franklin Richards. Second appearances kind of are a thing now. Before, when I first started collecting, it was, first appearance, origin story, origin, cameo wasn't that big. I think origin was bigger than cameo at one point. But yeah, second appearances are becoming hot. Fantastic Four Annual 6 is becoming out of reach for a lot of people. It's getting to that $800 range for like a 5.5. So if he does hit, I mean, you're looking at like a mid-grade, possibly crossing that $1,000 mark. 83, you can find for $10 to $20, but they're drying up, obviously, because everybody wants to cover their bases when it comes to Franklin. So you got a lot of possibilities with 83 being the second appearance, the annual being him as baby. Then you got 376, him as an adult, but as Psylord. And then you have 245, which is him as an adult, but as Avatar, right? So there's a lot of possibilities, and a lot of those books are obtainable and very cheap. Just got to cover your bases when it comes to characters when the first appearance isn't clear, I guess, right? Because let's face it, the argument with Franklin is, well, let's look at Cable. Like Cable as a baby, that book is nothing. You can find that book anywhere, right? So who's to say it doesn't happen with Franklin? I get that Franklin does come with a nihilist as the first appearance as well, so that brings it up. But at the end of the day, I mean, a nihilist isn't going to be lasting forever. That book is mainly more important because of Franklin.
Yeah, that's the thing with it. It's kind of tricky, like you mentioned, when you're trying to spec on a character like Franklin. It's almost like you don't know where the market will veer once he actually comes about. I do feel that, like, at the end of the day, I think that the annual will be the book to get. I think because I feel like right now the market seems to be now, like you said, it could be partly because also Annihilus is also kind of grouped into that issue. But yeah, man, you know how it is. Like, once those books kind of heat up, it's always like the next best thing. So this and the other issues regarding Franklin could see an uptick. I mean, right now, if it's only $10-$20, that's not a bad price. I mean, especially for like it's an early Fantastic Four. It's like a 12 center. Yep. So,
I've seen this book in the wild too.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, obviously the condition's gonna matter, especially when it's a book of that age. So I would just say, if you can find it and you're able to stash it, go for it, because you're not actually gonna. It's not gonna be a huge investment on your part.
No.
At least for the moment.
No. If you bought like 2 copies of Web of Spider-Man that came out last Wednesday, you could have sold them for $20-$25. Boom. You just bought this book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Next book we got up is Wolverine and the X-Men number 36. A lot of people were kind of like, what? When I talked about this prior to this.
I thought you didn't mention this last spec show?
No. The last one I brought up, so she's in that book, I guess. But again, another blurry situation with it. So first appearance of Mira, she's the daughter of Black Panther and Storm. So yeah, the book that I showed last week, she appears in it. She's on the cover. I don't know if she's on the cover of this one because I own the other one. I don't own this one. I think she's on the cover. I'd have to look. But yeah, there's just some people saying it's this one, some people saying it's that one. And again, this is a long shot, not even a long term. It's a long shot spec. But with Black Panther not having, we don't know what we're going to get with Black Panther. We don't know what characters are going to come with it. Here's the thing with Black Panther's daughter, she's from another reality. But if you catch up on some of the stuff that's going on with Storm, her daughter actually comes back to help fight with Storm in the current reality, right? So when you start thinking about like multiverse and things like that, I thought, okay, that could kind of be cool. And another kind of tie-in to the Black Panther mantle and things like that. Again, it's like a $3 to $5 book. $3 being like extremely high, to be honest. You could probably find it for $1. But again, it's just one of those that you're really taking a chance on. Again, don't stack it. I have 1 copy, and it was only because I picked it up for 99 cents, or the last week's issue, not this one, right? Even that was super cheap. This one, I can't imagine being hard to find. Most people don't even know what this is.
Yeah, I didn't either until you brought it up. It gets very dicey when you start dealing with characters that were introduced in a multiverse. Because this is like, I mean, like you, this is not exactly a spec that I'm gonna bet the farm on.
No,
this is just more of something that it's like, look, if I find it for like in a bargain bin or something, I might stash it. But like, even $10 I wouldn't probably pay for this.
Now, I will say, if this thing ever hits, you guys heard it here first.
Yeah.
Okay. Really quickly here, Hidden Gem is saying, let's get an exclusive Newbie in the wild. So before COVID shut us down, me and Key Issues were going to shops and we were searching in the wild. We were doing videos. So hopefully that continues as, we find time to actually go out. All right, final book, guys, and this is a book that I am stacking.
Newbie, before you go on, Bleeker, what is the significance of Star Wars 42? Because I'm not a big Star Wars guy, so unless Newbie. Enlighten me, because I'm just curious, what's the big deal on that issue? that you got it for $4. Because yeah, I really don't know much on Star Wars comics in general.
So final book, stacking it up, and Bleecker. Jay, let us know what the importance is for that one. But this last book, I am stacked. It's no secret. I've talked about it a long time ago. So.
Oh, first appearance of Boba Fett. Okay, wow. Okay, that is a steal then. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Fantastic Four 273, first cover appearance of Nathaniel Richards, first full appearance. So you might get into that argument of first appearance. I've been stacking 272 and 273 for a very long time. You can find these for nothing, $2 to $8. A 9.2 just recently sold for $27. There is a 9.8 on mycomicshop.com. I'm not even gonna hide this information. They just recently got a 9.8 that they're selling, and they are selling it for $280 Canadian. It's a little far-fetched. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little high. I'd probably be a player at say 150 for that. I get it's a 9.8, but you can find a lot of these. I've picked up, I believe I'm close to 6 or 7 now.
Nice.
And I think a lot of them can be pressed out clean. Again, it's Fantastic Four. These books are a little rough, but yeah, you can find a lot of these high grade ones. I don't think I'll find a 9.8, but I think I can find something close to it. And if you're paying cheap enough, the buy-in is cheap, you're winning. I expect this book to go up in value like crazy.
Yeah, especially when Fantastic Four starts becoming more of, it starts materializing in terms of their plans in the MCU. I'm sure that people are going to start speculating on the possibilities of the franchise. So this is a character that I could see people talking about. And if for the price that it's selling for right now, look, if I find it in the wild, I'd probably grab it myself. And
remember, he is a time traveler. So I don't think that Kang is going to be the first and only time traveler. That's another key part of this, is that he's a time traveler, multiverse, things like that. So just keep that in mind, because I know a lot of people are like, so it's his dad. Yeah, but do your research on why it's important and who he actually is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, for that reason, I mean, I guess grab this now before people really start talking about it and it starts heating up, because it seems like lately everything that gets it seems like no stone seems to be unturned in terms of the spec lately. It seems like every issue that you could think of seems to be going up in value. Not every, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. This was a book that I was talking to people privately about. I didn't really want a lot of people to know about it. Not like I have any moving power for a book. I'll never take credit for that. But this was a book that I kind of wanted the information to stay close to the chest, because I was stacking it. I believe in this book. And like I said, I believe I have 6 or 7 copies. I have 2 that I purchased on eBay because I'm an idiot. But they seemed to be near mint copies, so I grabbed them for the price points that they were at. I think the most I paid was $22 for one, and that was because it was coming from the States, so the shipping and the import. If not, it would have been $11 all in, right? So yeah. So yeah, this one is that one is a very one that I would suggest people, and I never say stack a book, but that's what I'm doing with it.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah. All right. Tuesday, we're back at it. Keep, sell, buy. We got an interesting selection of books. I do want to let you guys know that I have a video dropping with a good friend of mine, Mr. Keep It Thorough Comics. We will be dropping a video that we did together on Thursday. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be obviously announcing it come Thursday. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I did get more packages, so I have a few more unboxing videos to do. I want to thank everybody who tuned into that ASM 361 trade I made, I guess you could say. Some people were a fan of the trade. Some people were like, you should have kept 361. You guys know me. You guys know how I feel about the symbiotes and things like that. So I think I made a good trade. But yeah, that's what's going on in Newbie's world. Just before we go, Hype, what's going on with you? What do you got coming up, brother?
It's funny you're talking about. By the way, I actually was a fan of the trade, especially that you got $400 left over from it. So I thought you made up pretty well with the trade. It's funny that you mentioned ASM 361 because I was just rewatching Venom yesterday on Netflix just for the hell of it. Hey, listen, I'm like I mentioned, I'm of the camp that I thought the movie was not as bad as people thought it was. So,
what? Stop it.
listen, I don't really have much going on this week. I mean, other than the show that we're doing on Tuesday, yeah, man, it's just gonna be same old thing. Follow me on my IG, hyper.combo.comics. Oh, sorry, mistake. I should be on FaceTime's previously on show tomorrow as well.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
7 p.m. Eastern. I believe he didn't tell me anything about changing the schedule or anything, so I think tomorrow we should have a show at 7 p.m. If any, I'll probably promote it at some point on IG tomorrow if things change. But yeah, as it stands at 7 p.m. tomorrow, and we'll be joining Newbie on Tuesday's show, and and then back at it again next Sunday. So that's pretty much it.
That's right. So yeah, that's our show, guys. And again, for the Canadians that stuck around, I will be hitting up some stores a little bit later, further than my area. So, I'll definitely put that information. And yeah, if anybody's in the area that I'm going to, I would love if anybody showed me around to some of the good shops or the secret gems. And yeah, I see some people are saying, yeah, good trade. So yeah, I think I did, but hey, people collect whatever way they want. So yeah, guys, that's our show. We'll see you Tuesday. Like I always say, keep searching because those books are out there. Later.